afoot in the world is this rascal we call creativity. Creativity seems to be analogous to the invisible ethers of another world, or, for some, Never Never Land. What's your concept of creativity? Most people think of it in terms of the arts, such as painting, singing, dancing, or acting. Yes, those activities call upon one's creativity and imagination, but the creativity I'm talking about stems from a universal and personal source. It resides in an invisible realm where the wells never run dry. You don't have to pick up a paintbrush to be creative. Have you ever followed a recipe systematically adding the ingredients measured ever so carefully? Let's say that you're making an apple pie. You gather the flour, your bright green tart Granny Smith apples, sugar, and other ingredients. The recipe calls for half a teaspoon of cinnamon. You just happen to love cinnamon, so you add a whole teaspoon instead. Then you decide to add a good dash of nutmeg for added flavor. You've just used your creativity to make that apple pie your own. That's creativity. It's our personal stamp, our unique identifier. It contains all kinds of codes and secrets to our personal likes and dislikes. It'll unfold itself as we grant it permission to show itself. We grant permission by staying in the flow of life. As you stood in your kitchen with apple pie ingredients strung over the counter and flour dust on your nose, you were in the flow. You were conjuring up the image of putting that piece of pie on your plate with a dollop of vanilla ice cream melting on top. Your mouth was salivating at the thought of what the apple pie will taste like when it's done. Your imagination of eating that good old-fashioned apple pie with the sweet fragrance wafting your kitchen put you in the flow of life. This flow, though, was a personal flow, tailored to meet your personal taste buds. There was something inside you that suggested that you might want to add more cinnamon than the recipe called for and a dash of nutmeg to please your imagined taste and smell of that apple pie fresh out of the oven. What about the practicing law attorney or tax attorney? They use laws creatively to find loopholes, helping their clients stay out of jail or pay fewer taxes. CEOs make creative business deals, and mother finds creative ways to entice her child to eat broccoli. I hope these examples help expand your idea of what creativity is and the inherent possibilities it can offer you. Creativity, for the sake of a general differentiation, resides in our radical right brain that makes our logical left brain roll its eyes. Fluff, soft, frivolous, out of control are words that the logical left would use to describe the raucous jaunts of its right brain partner. Most of us lean toward thinking out of either the right or the left hemispheres of our brain. Unless you lean extremely toward one or the other, you're most likely functioning fairly well in managing to use a modest amount of creativity in your daily life. Even though I often hear I don't have a creative bone in my body from my workshop participants. What are you saying right now about your own creativity? I've learned a lot about creativity and the creative process over many intentional years of delving deeply into my own personal well of it. My creative self has revealed much over the course of this self-discovery process. My personal creativity wraps itself around the art-making process. It also is able to spill out into the world in many different ways, and it can for you too. Getting back to the idea of creativity being relegated to the arts and crafts, certainly fiddling with arts and crafts can help one coax out the creativity, which then can be used in other areas of your lives. It can be a potent game changer too. In 1987, I was laid off from a corporate job. I turned to arts and crafts to calm my mind and relax. It had far-reaching results that you'll read about a little later in the next section. Our ideas about creativity may change over time, as we learn more about it, like it did for igniting client Chantal Paquette. She says the word creativity before the course was something I thought I was devoid of. I thought creativity applied to visual arts alone, although I did discover during and after the course that I definitely do have an artistic side when it comes to making art. Now I consider creativity to be a combination of taking action upon an idea received intuitively in order to bring it into the world. It's a birthing process, which can apply to any form of creation, be it scientific, commercial, administrative, or artistic, as long as the product is the result of a heartfelt, intuitive venture. I've been bestowed with the honor of witnessing people's personal creativity during my workshops and private sessions. What I can tell you is this: creativity, when discovered, uncovered, unleashed, and given permission to express itself, is like a tender, warm embrace from the divine. It comes straight from people's heart, touching a part of them that may never have been touched before. It opens doors to new possibilities and awareness. It ignites the creative fire within. People who let their creative fires burn are able to give expression to the tiny, still, small voice inside that is begging to be heard. This allows people to glean parts of their inner soul and reconnect to themselves and to others, creating harmony and peace within their own lives and the lives of those around them. People seem to need permission to let their creativity shine. So, dear reader, I now give you permission to let your creativity shine. Do shine on.